The last week of September was pretty much a wash, as very little progress was accomplished due to the nearly 3 inches of rain that was spread over the course of the week. Between the lack of car paths and the slick surface, getting around the course became impractical and nearly impossible without four-wheel drive. Somehow, even our friends from Dominion Power found themselves out on the course and stuck for days till the ground dried up. Our resident deer seemed to be the only ones who managed to easily get around. This last rain event was the final straw, and the decision was made to start the grow-in process over on the 7th green. The new punch bowl design funnels lots of water onto and across the green, triggering multiple washouts and depositing overly dense pockets of germinated seed. It has been repaired numerous times, and we were afraid the putting surface had lost its character. The only true way to return it to its intended design was to remove the layer of germinated grass, haul in new mix, and have RGD refloat the surface. The green was reseeded early Monday morning, and we can only hope that it will mature and become dense enough before any more heavy rains. The amount of rain we had had this summer, we would be hard-pressed to get the mowers out on our old greens. The new USGA spec greens do what they're intended to do, and drain well. It enables us to keep up on mowing and properly growing in the greens. Despite the poor weather conditions, Res pushed forward on the creek renovation. They are feeling the pressure and have been putting in long, hard hours to get past the 17th green, which enables us to get the final green shaped and seeded. As the construction moves downstream, the 15th hole is almost unrecognizable. This is the last image taken from the forwardmost walk bridge before it was removed. The month of October started off strong, and the sod trucks rolled in like they were giving it away. The putting green surround was the first area sodded this week, and it should look different than what you're accustomed to. We decided to sod it to bentgrass, which will handle the traffic better than the previous ryegrass and reflect the surfaces found on the course. As bunker drainage and topsoil work wraps up on number 15, and the final loads of greens mix are added to the 14th, LaBar's crew shifts its focus to prepping fairways and roughs, starting on 1, 4, and number 18. Before any sod goes down, the old surface is milled off, leaving valuable topsoil behind. Drainage is then installed in known problematic areas, such as the second half of the 4th fairway. Drainage will be installed to the areas that consistently stay wet. As the course matures and the soils settle and compact, new areas will show themselves, and additional, smaller lateral lines can be installed on an as-needed basis. Once the fairways have been stripped and leveled, RGD marks out the fairway grassing lines, and the sod can go down, one roll at a time. The green staff is quick to follow, putting in long hours and ensuring every square inch of sod gets thoroughly watered by hand. It's vital the new sod gets a good soaking immediately after going down. Once the sod has been hand watered, the majority of the watering can then be accomplished by the irrigation system. Res advanced the creek work past the 17th green late Friday afternoon, which means the final green on the course will come together quickly next week. LaBar's crew worked an extra day and were able to deconstruct the 17th green Sunday morning. I know many of you are interested in the progress of the driving range building. and I'm happy to report that it too is progressing nicely. Interior and exterior framing walls went up, and it's beginning to take shape and resemble a building. The footers for the hitting bays were dug and the concrete was poured. Next week, the soil from the building's foundation will be hauled off and used as fill on the fourth fairway, finally allowing us a good sense of how the new range will tie into its surroundings.